I would just drink until I was either asleep or like crawling on the floor. Sometimes I would be drunk before dinner time, and then my husband would get off from working all day, like 12 hours, and would have to like feed the kids because I was just like, I don't care about that. They can figure it out. Got drunk the night before my son's second birthday, forgot to make his birthday cake. I think I joined Hot Moms in October. Like I always just wanted to like work out to get fit for like a thing, like an event, and not like be healthy on the inside to like live longer. I've never been at that point. That's like a whole hamster wheel too, because I couldn't get motivated to exercise. So it was pointless to eat healthy and then I wasn't getting enough sleep to work out, and that just kept going.
What would you say to yourself now, Bailey? Say to that Bailey.
I had asked myself, like, what is your happiness worth to you? And like, I didn't have the money up front, but I put it on credit because I knew it was an investment in my life, my future, my health, and that all of those things directly affect my kids. And it's my responsibility to heal my trauma so that I'm not passing it down to them. And so me learning all these skills in here from you, like now I'm able to like help other people do the same thing.
I was not supposed to be successful. Hey there, Casey Ship here, fitness model, hormone expert, and a master energy healer. I help goal-oriented women clear out the reason why nothing has worked and finally step into their purpose and get everything they've ever wanted. Hey everybody, it's Casey here from CaseyShip.com, and today I have a very special treat and gift for you. It's one of our very successful clients, Bailey Smith. She's joining us to talk about how she went from postpartum depression, no time, scared, crapless, even struggled with alcoholism, to feeling empowered. Her connection with her higher self is here, and she's processing things that would have never been touched in traditional therapy. She's now stepped into being a self-healer, and her business is growing. Her family is thriving, and she's doing awesome. So thanks for coming on, Bailey.
Thank you for having me on here. This is exciting.
Hell yeah, I agree. And she's actually my essential oil lady. The reason I like Bailey is because she has education, and this is what she does out on the side of oils. Is she has a whole entire community and program where she teaches you how to heal yourself through oils, because it is a great tool. And I use them. I have on right now, Inner Child. I thought that was a good one to to poof out today. So I just love your oils, and I really appreciate you educating all of us in way beyond just relaxation. Like these oils are actually a big essential tool in healing. And you'll probably mention some of that in here. So tell us a little bit about your life. How many kids you have, married, business, like all that. So where are you from?
Okay. So I'm from Missouri. So I'm from like a small town in Missouri. And then we moved to like a bigger town, closer to Kansas City. But I have a husband, 10 years. I have 2 kids. They're almost 6 and 3. Yeah. My husband saved my life a long time ago, but I have just really been able to like level up to where I need to be, because I can't have any more kids. That's another thing. I can't have any more kids, and I want more babies, but I can't have them being a hot mess.
What do you feel like your main problem was prior to joining the program?
I think my main problem was overindulgence in food, overindulgence in alcohol, overindulgence in online shopping. I like last year during the pandemic, that's when my alcoholism like peaked, and I was like, wait, I have a problem. But I literally would like go to bed drunk, and I signed up for 2 credit cards last year. In the middle of the night, drunk. The online shopping, it got out of control last year. So I just feel like I was like powerless to alcohol, powerless to that. Like that just takes over, and you can't say no to the cookies. You can't say no to the buy now.
Dude, like compulsive buying and drinking. Like that's a hard one to kick. Like, and you know, a lot of people, you guys, I put Bailey on when women are wanting to join and they're in, they're alcoholics. They're not so much where they drink all day, but they're definitely dependent on it, like the compulsive drinker. I just get Bailey to help them out, because what she was doing, like how much were you drinking a night?
Okay, so I was drinking like about a 6-pack a night, which is enough to get me like pretty like overly tipsy. Like it's like I would just drink until I was either asleep or like crawling on the floor. And I think like it stems all the way back to whenever you're like 21, you're like a new drink. You go out every weekend, Friday and Saturday. You drink till you either throw up or pass out, and you're crawling around on the floor. You can't get your shoes off. I just never really grew out of that, I guess, except for when I was like pregnant, nursing. But it's like pandemic came, and it was like a party. Like this is what I realized the other day. In Missouri, we had some blizzards like, a couple of years ago before kids and everything. And it's like a party for 3 days. before kids. You go get all your alcohol, you get your fun snacks, you get your toilet paper, and you can just drink as much as you want to. And that's what I was doing for like such a long period of time during the pandemic, because I didn't have to take the kids to school the next day. I didn't have to be anywhere. I didn't have to go to work. And so, yeah, but I would start drinking earlier. Like sometimes I would be drunk before dinner time. And then my husband would get off from working all day, like 12 hours, and would have to like feed the kids, because I was just like, I don't care about that. They can figure it out. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. I remember that. I remember drinking like a Coors Light, like in the morning, and just living for that wine at night when I was in postpartum depression, like trying to run the business. Like I remember that because my mom, she's an alcoholic, and I was like, oh my God, I understand what you're saying. I think a lot of women I think it's going to hit with some women. So thanks for sharing that. And there's no shame there, because it is what we have to love, that part of ourselves, Yeah.
Yeah. And like for moms, I think that's like my alcoholic story probably sounds a lot like other moms with like small kids, because it's like a hamster wheel. So you're like, when can I start drinking? These kids were horrible. You go to sleep drunk, you make weird snacks at night, then you wake up fat, bloated, hungover. The kids are all moody and annoying by 10 a.m. And then you're just thinking about when you can start drinking again because the kids are so bad. It's like the kids are not bad. You are sucking. They're feeding off your energy. They know that they're annoying you, so they're just playing into that.
Yeah. And then it all comes from the trauma that you've processed here. And we'll get into that for sure. So the problem was just, oh man, like you said, miserably unhappy.
Yeah, it was well, so like when I joined Hot Moms, okay, so when I had my rock bottom in July, I tried to stop drinking on my own, and I just fell back into old patterns. But like with Hot Moms, I started doing the energy work, the trauma training and all that. And that's when I was like, I can't do this on my own. I need to go to AA. So I opened, like, I wouldn't have ever gone if one, my sister didn't invite me to go with her, but two, like if I didn't have that training and that confidence and just like, you know what, it's okay. Like, we're going to work through this. I wouldn't have ever gone.
Why did you choose to join our program specifically over any other program?
I've never even like seen a program that comes with like trauma training. It's like meal plan and workouts and maybe like some meditation stuff. That's it. I don't know. There's nothing like it. It's the only one I've ever came across. The way that you are able to like help so many people at once and group coach, like that's another thing. You do your Zoom calls like so many times a week. You go live like every single day. You answer every single person's question. The people in the group, you are always commenting back to them. Like you're so involved in helping like all your people. You don't just like sign them up like, okay, good luck. I hope you're doing that. I don't know. You're like actually there.
Yeah. No, I've heard of a lot of women, they pay like $7,000 to a lot of these programs, and the person gets them in and they just kind of like fall to the wayside because they're just worried about getting more business, which I feel like if you help the people, you're going to get more business.
Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah. Okay. Was there anything in particular about our program that really helped you, and why was it so effective?
Okay. So I think for me, it was like the trigger stuff. Like there's so much education on it. You taught me like, what is a trigger? Where is it coming from? Inner child, like all that stuff. Like I did not know about any of that.
If they're sitting there like, well, what's a trigger? What would you say a trigger is?
If I'm like somewhere else and I'm not paying attention to my kids, or I'm on my phone or whatever, then they're going to act out, and then they're going to piss me off, and I'm going to freak out on them. And I'm going to be like, okay, wait. That's where I can kind of like step back now. Like, okay, they're not actually being bad. I'm triggered by their behavior because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Or, generational stuff. Like, I don't know. I don't want to put my mom on blast because I love her and our relationship is in a good spot right now. But, like they did their best. And like, I want to do better than that. And I can't even imagine what it was like for them if that was their best and it was an improvement from what they had, So it's just like, I don't know, but I feel like there's a huge difference between like my parents' age and how they parented, and then like how people my age are doing it.
Yeah.
It's
you nailed it.
Emotional and that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So the trigger is anything that brings up that feeling like you've been done wrong or disrespected or defeated or like you or angry, anger. Anytime you get angry, we always know there's something beneath the anger,
that's one of my really big problems. Mom rage and anger
Yes.
And
yes.
it's improved a lot.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. And our parents, I do, I talked about this in ayahuasca, like you nailed it. Like to think that what they gave us, which was a lot of emotional neglect, but still was better than what they received. And so, and I think that's every parent's dream is they always want their kids to do a little bit better than them. Most parents, some parents are still stuck in their crap and, they get triggered and jealous of their kids by doing better. But for the most part, I know that most of us want to see our kids doing better. So that's awesome. I love that. And I hope your mom sees it that way too. Cause look where you're at, so that's awesome.
And another thing like that I learned from the program is how to like accept apologies that I will never get. And also how to shift like, okay, I'm only remembering my perspective. Like, I don't know like the whole story because I don't know her perspective. I don't know what else was going on. And so I'm able to give like a lot more grace that I couldn't do before. Literally, it took me like 31 years to get to like a good place with my mom, I feel like.
Wow. Yeah. So that the self-forgiveness is forgiving yourself for taking on her crap and you feeling inadequate because of it. And it's like, hey, that was just, that's what you're saying. Like this, the self-compassion allowed you to have more grace for her being a human.
Yeah, there's like 4 like really traumatic things that, of course, I know exactly how many because I was harboring on this for so long. But there was like 4 really traumatic things that I was just holding a grudge and like so mad at her for, even though they were like really, really old, and I couldn't let go of them. So I couldn't forgive her and I couldn't move forward and fix our relationship. And so when I finally figured out how to do that, like, I don't know, the birds are chirping, things are coming together, man.
Yeah, true that. Why do you think it was so effective by healing that trauma, letting that come up and, radical acceptance and self-forgiveness and stuff like that? What would you say? Why was that so effective?
Whenever I like think of something that happened to me, I almost feel like I can hear myself telling like the little person inside that it happened to, like, that sucked. That was not okay that happened to you. And they're like, thank you. I feel like I have been heard now. Thank you. And then it just like goes, it's like, just let it go. But no one knows how to do that. No one knows how to just let it go.
Amen. Girl, I paid a Reiki guy for 10 years almost. And he kept telling me, everybody wants to tell you how messed up you are. Oh, you just need to let go. And you're so angry and you're codependent and you have all these issues. I'm like, how do I fix it? How do I let go? So I love that you said that because so many gurus will say, oh, learn how to relax, learn how to let go. Girls like us, we don't know how. So you learning how, oh my God, it's just like, no wonder things are just, you're opening yourself up now to receive all that's good for Bailey. I love that. So as a result of implementing the program, what was the outcome?
My marriage has always been fine. My husband is like my best friend. He's always supported me. He never thought or told me that I had a drinking problem. It's just like when I say I'm going to stop drinking, he supports me. If I want to drink, he'll drink with me, like, and not that he was like enabling me or anything, but he is like always really supportive. So I feel like now that I'm sober, when we are having kind of like an issue, we have to actually communicate, and I'm having to relearn how to do that. And but that's been really, really good for me and for our relationship. I think it's bringing us closer. But we're totally good. But my kids, I was missing so much. Like I remember going to my first AA meeting and I was telling them, and they're like, I can't stand these fucking kids. I can't stand them. They're so bad and annoying. And I'm like, surely they're not that bad. It's just me. It's me because I'm not in the right place. Like I can't be present. Like, the brain fog lifts after you stop drinking, and just all areas of my life are better. I used to be so unhappy and angry and mad. And if someone made me mad, I would freaking cut them off and I would hate them for the rest of my life. And I don't want to be like that. That's crazy. That's crazy.
What you're hearing, guys, is severe mother wounds. And I had it. Like, I feel like Bailey and I lived the same life. I feel like we grew up with the same stuff. So those that had a great, loving, nurturing, had everything they needed and all that, like that's great. We did not. And I can relate so much to your story. And I want to cry thinking about you and your hubby. That's just, I love that. What does he say about what the work you've done here? Is he glad that you invested in the program?
Okay. So this is bad, but I don't, Okay, I didn't even tell him I did this for the longest time because I was scared he would get mad that I put that on a credit card. I never told him how much it was. He literally just I started to kind of talk about it more and I'll tag you in things. And he's like, I saw a famous person shared your story. What's up with that? So then we had to kind of talk about it. He was talking about you. And I don't know. I just kept avoiding the question, but I hope that he would, see what I saw and knew would happen. Like it was a good investment for me. And like, it's the only way that I've been able to maintain my sobriety, honestly, because it's the only thing that could get me there and the only way that I can maintain it.
I love it. I love that you did it regardless. Women that say I need to ask my husband, I'm like, I just don't know if you're ready for Hot Moms because this is for you. It's not about it doesn't matter if you need to ask them, like you're married, this is you, like do it for you. And they won't care at the end of the day because they'll like see what you've been able to do. And if they do have a problem with it, then you need a new husband. Amen.
Yeah. And like, I remember it was like a quick video and you just listed off so many things that the program would help with. And it's like, well, hell yes, sign me up for all of those things. So like literally every aspect.
Business wise, can you riff on just a small bit of that? Like where was your business before and where is it now?
This is why I feel like I haven't been the best Hot Mom student. I've just been barely like trudging along. Like I've been going at a pretty slow pace, because I've been so hyper focused on making my Young Living business work and spending so much time on that. It's been in the driver's seat this whole year that I've been trying to do it, right? And the money codes was always there in the program. But the six-figure business course that came along, more recently. And once that came along and, we got to kind of work with you a little closer because you were new and it was new and you were putting it together. I felt like I could kind of shift knowing I had a guide to go off of. Relationship website. It's like packed with resources, all the things.
Girl, you nailed it. Guidance, like when you have as much going on as we do and you're healing, got all that trauma, you have to have a guide so you don't sabotage yourself.
A lot of people say Young Living is personal growth with a paycheck because everyone that's doing Young Living as a business, they have to evolve and get better and figure out how to people, and they have to figure out how to build relationships with all different kinds of people. But so I haven't really duplicated much this whole time. I've just been helping people myself, placing them under a leg. So I haven't really duplicated. So I only make as much as I spend in products still because duplication hasn't came through for me yet. Probably just I wasn't ready to duplicate yet. But so it's been steady, but it hasn't blasted off, I would say.
Good. Where was it before?
Okay, so before I was just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do this. And I kept changing things and I was try new things, try this, try that, try this. And so now I feel like I know exactly what I need to do. I got my branding pillars down. I got how to optimize our social media. The people that God brought me, like he's going to bring me more clients and customers and stuff, Yeah.
Yeah. And we're working right now. I'd like to add a business call actually, and we start doing that. We've got a lot of business girls ready to grow their business and are growing. And it's so fun. So, okay. So you went from just not even knowing what to do and almost feeling overwhelmed to having a solid, marketing game plan. Your branding's now on point, your message, and you're actually making enough to have the products and that you're not, it's not taking your money. That's good. In business, you want to be there. I was at zero for many years, like paying just debt. I never was ever making money. I went years without making money, girl. Years without making money. Okay.
Yeah. You got us all organized. And once I wasn't scattered all over the place and trying all this different stuff, I feel like I can focus on what I actually need to do. We can almost model our business after the way you do your business because it's so good. Like you're on Instagram, Facebook, you have your groups, you have your you have your email, you have all the things, the way that you do your captions and your follow-ups, like you're so good at how you run your business. So it's a really good model to go after. And you gave us your resources. Like that's huge.
Huge. God almighty. If I had that, I spent over $40,000 when I didn't have that. And so I give all that there in Hot Moms. Okay. Where do you think you'd be right now if you didn't take action and join?
I don't think I would have been able to get off the hamster wheel of drinking. I think I still would be drinking every night. I really have let my body go to it. And it's hard after, whenever you're not in high school anymore and you're done dance, like I did dance and cheer, but whenever you're done playing sports and you're not moving, because I never really was a workout person. Like I didn't know how to do that.
Yeah.
But so doing dance practice kept me in shape. But when I was younger, I was like doing drugs and stuff. Of course I was skinny then because I was doing drugs. It's like, once you have a baby, like I worked out like on and off. Every time I would work out, I would buy like a whole bunch of new workout clothes, just like spending money. And then I would get back to drinking again. So like this time, there was no room for working out or eating healthy because I was drinking. So I had my rock bottom last summer in July. Got drunk the night before my son's second birthday, forgot to make his birthday cake. I think I joined Hot Moms in October. You know how our smartphones listen to us? And so I was probably just talking about how miserable I was and how unhappy I was and like what a life this is that I'm creating right now. And so I started seeing your ads and I was like, oh, yes, this is speaking to me hard.
Yeah. And now I see your stuff like you're eating healthy on the regular.
And my goal every day is to drink my water, get my walk for 1 hour. That's like for exercise. That's what I can do right now.
That's a lot. That's a lot. That's good. Good.
Not eat like shit. That's my nutrition goal every day. Don't eat like shit.
I love that. When you don't have your shit in order, your body is a joke. Like even if you get results, you're gonna lose it. So you're doing it right.
It was like a lifestyle thing. I've never wanted to, like, I always just wanted to like work out to get fit for like a thing, like an event, and not like be healthy on the inside to like live longer. I've never been at that point. That's like a whole hamster wheel too, because I couldn't get motivated to exercise. So it was pointless to eat healthy and then I wasn't getting enough sleep to work out. And that just kept going. Alcohol.
Last question, Bailey.
Okay.
If there's anyone watching that's on the fence about booking a call, booking a strategy session, taking action to work with us, what would you say to them?
How much is your happiness worth to you?
Mic drop. Done. One
thing I see a lot of people have issue with is your language, which you speak my language, so that did not offend me. But another thing was the God and the spiritual thing. Oh, so yeah. I just wanted to say that there is room for both types of people. Like if you're like you've explained this before, like when I say the universe, like if you're a religious person, that just means God. It's just the verbiage. So a lot of people get freaked out or scared. Like, okay, you guys post a lot of stuff like astrology, that kind of, like, if you're not into that, you don't have to be into that.
Absolutely not.
Keep on scrolling. There's just so much other good stuff. That would not be worth it to not do it at all just because of that thing.
Yeah, it is. It's almost like, even though it's who I am, I would say it's like not even 20% of the program, maybe 10. Everything else is like real life stuff that.
Yeah. That you're getting hung up on a tiny bit. That's just silly.
And that's actually a trigger. It actually is why they're blocked, is because their heart's not open to see the bigger picture. So that's what we work with. God is love, right? So yeah. I don't think we have any atheists, but I'm down to get an atheist. So if you're an atheist, just come on in. That way I need to know what we say to atheists. Cause I try to hit all the religions like God, angels, universe. You got Mary, I don't know the, what is it? Krishna. I don't know the other ones, but I need to know all the verbs and terms. So I can just put
Well, AA is actually really spiritual. So my sister had gone there for like 3 more months than I had. And the whole time she's telling me like, you should come. I'm not being pushy, but like, you should come. It's really cool. It's actually really spiritual. Not everybody in AA is religious, right? But they encourage you to find a higher power because we cannot do this on our own. And so I feel like when you explain that to people, it's, AA also teaches you a lot of really good life skills that you might not have had before, because if you had them, you wouldn't be an alcoholic.
Amen. Yeah. I've heard a lot of good things about AA, for real. And they also have the CHOA, the children's of alcoholics, or like spouses of alcoholics. So, all right. Well, Bailey, you crushed it. Where, and thank you for your time. Where can they check out your, I know you got a free group to educate on oils, and it's a really cool vibe in there. I just love, if you're listening to this, Like I didn't even know or think about scents. Like each holiday, if you want your house to smell like fall leaves, like the crap that I just ordered, it's not crap. The oils that I just ordered, it's like, I'm so excited. It's real. Like I feel like I'm going to close my eyes because I'm in South Florida. I feel like it's going to make our house feel like we're like walking in Colorado. I'm so excited. So where can they find your information?
Okay. So, so I do Young Living as a business. I have an Instagram page that it's at BaileySmith_co. And always in my bio, I have my direct me link, and it's got all the things. I have a free Facebook group. It's called Valor Made Essentials. You just go in and request to join, and you just answer a few questions. But that's where I do classes and I share stuff, and I like help you guys learn how to do this. And so I just shared this on Instagram. Like, I'm just a regular person. I'm not crunchy. I don't have a bunch of plants. I'm not a homesteader. I'm not a homeschool mom. I'm not like a lot of those stereotypical young living things. And so I'm just a regular person. So I'm just trying to teach regular people how
She likes gangster rap and likes to shake her ass and gangster rap and shop at Target.
Yeah. Like, you don't have to be those things, which are all great things, but you don't have to be those things to enjoy oils. And, I just think oils are really cool because you can use them for such practical reasons, like allergies, sleep support, all those things. And then also spiritual stuff. Cause you got sacred frankincense, and I think you're using them for some, meditation, spiritual type of things.
Always. Yeah. Always. It depends on what I'm creating and what I'm doing that day. It's just like spirit tells me, or I feel heart. Religious people say God spoke to me. I'll just feel like this is what I need today. And it's always spot on. So Valor, say that again, VALOR.
The free Facebook group is Valor Made Essentials. Valor is an oil. Valor is a blend that is my favorite oil. So that's why I named it that. And then whenever we were talking in this interview, whenever I was telling you that I used my essential oils at the same time that I was doing my trainings, I used Release and Sarah. So what that does is it goes into those memory cells and it pulls out the pain, but it leaves the memory. So that's how I can talk about abuse and trauma that I had without feeling tears, sad, anger, nothing. So yeah.
Love that. I love that.
Emotions is hard. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to teach you guys in the free Facebook group, because that's a hard thing to, it's such a wide spectrum.
So I appreciate you, Bailey. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. This is it. I've got a free training, CaseyShip.com/register. Be sure to grab that and then join my free Facebook group and just reach out. Struggle is not required. So hit me up, CaseyShip.com/register. Talk to you soon.